Happy Manga Monday! And you know what time it is, you know by the caption of this very video and the fact that it is the first Monday of a new month, the last month of 2024. I can't get over it. But yeah, it's haul time! Time to share every impulsive buy I made in the month of November. And let me just spoil it all by saying there are a lot of them. Zoe needed some retail therapy this month. Okay, we already know. Buckle in because it's gonna be a longer video, I'm sure. Though I will try my best to make it quick. However, before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you would just hit the little subscribe button. It would fill my heart with joy. And of course, liking the video if you like the video. So yeah, let's just start with a smaller category, a smaller pile, shall we? And that is the one-shots. I only have 2 one-shots this month, and I actually read them both. I mean, we're starting off strong. First, we have a BL. That time I got stuck to the guy I hate. I love this premise because I am a sucker for an enemies to lovers situationship in my manga or novels or what have you. So yeah, this was really cute. The premise was super silly because like they literally just would like get their hands stuck to each other if they touched each other's hands in a certain way or whatever. So very corny premise. It was, you know, short, a little bit cliched obviously, but like it was a good time. I enjoyed myself. I liked their progression from the enemies to the lovers, and of course one of them isn't really enemies, it's just the other one is a grumps about him because he comes off a little rude and a little harsh, but don't worry, they get through that. It's a very spicy also, so be warned about that. But I had a fun time with it, just a silly little spicy time. The next one was sweet as molasses, no spice to be found. And that is home office romance. So I just enjoy me a good romance one-shot, and I like the idea of this kind of taking place during the pandemic lockdown and just being a cute little neighbor romance, or romance between neighbors. And yeah, it was really cute. It's by the creator of Sweat and Soap, which I did drop. All honesty, I was not feeling it after the first volume. Didn't give it much a chance. Just, I don't know, the characters did not appeal to me, but it's a beloved series by a lot of people. Anyway, I did really enjoy this one. It's not very steamy or spicy, like I said, but it's very cute, very wholesome. If you're just in the mood for something like that, I had a nice time with this one. Editing Zoe here because I totally forgot about this one shot, The Yearning Fox Lies in Wait. I ordered it, said it was as like new condition. The worst book I've like ever received. Like the condition was terrible, so I'm returning it. But yeah, I also got this one. Moving on now, we have first volume Webtoons and then go to the rest of the first volume manga and swing back around to the other one Webtoon I have that isn't a first volume. Anyway, first up I got I Ship My Rival and Me. It looks super cute. I haven't read it yet because I literally got it today, the day I am filming. I opened it up and it was an instant like cover buy. Like it just looked really cute and wholesome, and so I took a chance on it. Next up, another first volume that was a instant pre-order was Cherry Blossoms After Winter. I always saw this one pop up like before, like way before on Instagram, and it just looked really pretty, and it's about childhood friends that have grown apart. So color me intrigued. I do love me a good childhood friends, or just a friends to lovers as well. So I am going to just point out it's very thin. It's very thin, and that makes me so sad. but the cover looks so cute. So I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna see how I feel about it after I read it. My last pre-order is The New Recruit, and yet another BL. They are all BLs. Oh my god, how did I not realize that? They're all BL first volumes. But yeah, this one is a workplace romance, and I can't resist a workplace romance. I also forgot, but I will be trying to do a Webtoon tier list at near the end of the month, or possibly in January if I don't get to all the Webtoons this month that I got in the second half of this year. So yeah, well, yeah, I hope you tune in for that as well. But at least in some aspect, I'm gonna have a chance to talk about these. And lastly, huge thank you to Ice Press, who actually was super kind and sent me this volume as well. They previously sent me Tied to You, which I really enjoyed. Nice red thread of fate type of BL. And I mentioned how I was also interested in this title, Semantic Error Volume 1, and I didn't think they were going to send it to me, but I got a piece of mail that I was like, I don't know who this is from, and I opened it up and it was this, and I was like, oh my god, that's so sweet of them, because I am so excited for Semantic Error. I loved the Korean drama of Semantic Error. It's one of my favorite Korean BL dramas. Go watch it if you haven't already. It's so cute. It's very short. Korean BLs tend to be more short, or at least they were. I haven't actually been watching a lot of BL live drama lately, but it was really good. And so I'm so excited to read its source material, the webtoon that it came from, and to compare and contrast them. The art already looks so good. I mean, not even just the cover, just like throughout, I was like flipping and I was like, that looks so good. So I'm so excited for Ice Press to have sent me this one. I will be making a post on Insta, you know, shouting them out and shouting this first volume out, of course. I just haven't gotten to it yet. November has been a month for me, okay? See, I'm already talking way too much for this video. Anyway, moving on to the first volumes I got that are just manga, or just black and white at least. Because I know there's one that isn't a manga, but it's black and white, so it counts. First up, a pre-order. I was so excited when it was announced, and it's finally here, and that is Colette Decides to Die. This one sounds like a really weird title, but it's really light and fluffy, honestly. But Colette is overwhelmed, overworked, and she decides to just end it all. But then she doesn't actually end up dying. She ends up in the underworld, though, and meets Hades and ends up wanting to help out the, you know, gods and creatures and whatnot, mythical things in the underworld. It's really cute. It's a shoujo title, so like obviously, yeah, you know it's gonna be some cute fluffy romance. But I read some of this online and I don't know how far I got to, but it was really nice. So I was super excited that it was announced as being published here. And I haven't actually reread it yet, but I do hope to soon. I promise. It's on my to-do list. Another one that I was so excited, and actually somebody had to tell me that it was being published, because I missed that somehow. And it was one of the ones I shared in a video I wish would get published, and it was like, wish granted. Okay, thank you. And it's the BL Someday I'll Fall For You Volume 1. Oh my god, it's one of my favorite BLs. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's childhood friends to lovers. It's just it's so good. It's, yeah, I haven't reread it since I've bought it, because I've been prioritizing other things, but I am excited to reread it, like for the first time, like in print. That's so exciting. But I did read both the first and the second volume online. So yeah, it's so exciting. So exciting. I recommend, if you love BL, that you check this one out, because I don't know, it's a favorite of mine anyway. So I hope you like it. Another BL that I did actually read, I'd I always am hesitant to pick up the Omegaverse titles. However, I saw a lot of people raving about this one, so I decided to grab How My Daddies Became Mates, Volume 1. And it was actually really, really stinking cute, and of course, a little spicy. The first volume is all mostly in the past, as we get just small glimpses of their present with their daughter, but this pair, an Omega and Alpha, met during high school, and they are recounting the story of how they met to their daughter, and we get the slightly spicier version. So yeah, it's really good. I like it. I think Alpha shows a lot of respect to the Omega, so I appreciate that. That's one of the things sometimes rubs me the wrong way with Omegaverse titles. And yeah, it was wholesome and spicy as well, so it's a good time. It was a good time. I'm looking forward to volume 2. A first volume BL that actually just arrived today that I had pre-ordered and am really excited about. We have Wild Roses and Pretenders. This is a master servant BL romance. I'm a sucker for them if it's good. And the art at least looks really stinking good so far. Like I said, it just arrived, so I haven't read it yet, but I do plan on reading it soon. And is it BL? Is it not BL? I don't know. I haven't heard much about it, honestly. Since it came out, and it's been a while, and I just saw it when I went manga shopping in the sale section, and I decided, hey, what the heck, I've been curious about this one. And it is, I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl. So it's a bit of an odd title, which made me a little reticent to pick it up, but it looks rather wholesome in the fact that, like, I like a childhood friends to lovers. Is that what this is? Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. But one of them really likes cosmetics and ends up testing it out on this childhood friend, and then presumably becomes attracted to them. I don't like the title, which is why I hadn't picked it up yet, because it's like, just because a guy wears cosmetics doesn't mean they're now a girl. I don't know. It just sounds stupid, but I like the idea of him suddenly becoming attracted to his childhood friend. I can't deny that, at least. I will ignore the title and hope for the best with this one. Next is one I haven't read yet, and I'm super excited to read for the month of December. We'll definitely be talking about. Honestly, when I talk about first volumes, I might talk about more than just the ones for my challenge, but that's just at least to read that many. At least that's my goal. But yeah, I definitely plan to talk about more. Anyway, that is After God, Volume 1. I am so excited for this one. I don't know a lot about it, but I like me like a post-apocalyptic world type scenario. Like the destruction of the world happened because of being invaded by gods. Like, the premise sounds really interesting. So yeah, I don't really want to read too much into it, because sometimes I like to just go into a manga more blind, and this is one I feel like I want to go into without knowing too much. And yeah, but I'm super excited for this one. I'm also really excited to read Snow and Ink. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up, but I saw it at the manga store, and I don't know, like, I flipped through it and I was just like really drawn in by the art style, which the cover I think did not draw me in, which was one of the reasons I didn't want to pre-order it or like be that invested in it. But I'm hopeful that this is going to be a good one. It also tells me on the back it is a manga drama that went viral in Japan, so you know, hopefully that means only good things ahead. One that was definitely a cover buy for me was Agents of the Four Seasons. This cover is just so pretty and gives me spring vibes. And I know it's not spring, but I don't care. It's so pretty. And yeah, so I'm really excited to read this one. And one that gives me cute romance vibes, Yonoi Tsukihiko's Happy Hell. This is like arranged marriage situation, and that the guy doesn't believe in love. I don't know why I like that. I don't know why I like a cold guy that doesn't believe in love. It's so bad. I don't know. But it just seems like it'll be a cute time and a little smutty. It isn't a steamship title though, so I don't think we're getting full steamy scenes, but you know, that hint of spice at least is very much there when I flipped through it. One that I've been intrigued about and haven't heard a lot about it and just decided to grab it online. It was on sale on Amazon and I made an order and I was like, I'm gonna toss this one in, is Victoria's Electric Coffin. This sounds like it has something to do with a retelling or a take or influence anyway by the novel Frankenstein, and I always like that. I always like when they take influence with some kind of form of literature. Usually Alice in Wonderland is one that's done a lot in Japan. But yeah, so this is a Victoria Frankenstein. So I don't know, again, much about it. I haven't really heard anybody talk about it, and I think there's 3 volumes out by now. So is it good? Is it bad? Only time will tell. And one, again, that is a more recent release that came out this year, but I haven't really heard anything about, but found it for half off at my manga store and decided to go for it. We have... this is a struggle. Magical Girls Inc. I'm gonna go with that's how I'm saying it. So yeah, Magical Girls Inc. is about like, you could be like, magical girls are like a profession that you can be, and a girl might just stumble into that or have something to do with that. That's again basically all I know about this one. I wasn't 100% on it. It looked like it could be a either very comedic and fun time, or it could just be not for me. So at least I got it for half off, and now we get to see. And last of the first volumes I got that is just a first volume. You'll see what I mean in a second. But I picked up this cute Yuri, Adachi, and Shimamura, yeah. And again, just looks like a cute high school Yuri. It had decent reviews on Amazon when I looked it up, and it was in the half price at my local nearest manga store to me anyway. So I decided to take a chance on it. I always like to, you know, try out a Yuri, so very excited. Hopefully I enjoy this one. Now, for the last 2 first volumes, I actually got the last 2 first volume and second volume. So yeah, so first up, another pickup from my manga store for half off. I found Cheeky Brat Volume 1 and Volume 2. So I read a chunk of Cheeky Brat online. It's very shoujo. It's very cliche, and I don't want to be mean about it, but I know it's very cheesy. And so it wasn't one of my favorites that I've like read online. However, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I like a cute cheesy romance here and there, so I decided, hey, what the heck, I'm gonna pick up the first 2 volumes. But I like their dynamic. It's playful and fun in the beginning. So yeah. And last but certainly not least, one I was so excited to get my hands on, and one I have read both the volumes, Sanctify Volume 1 and Volume 2. So yeah, I don't know how these both came out in quick succession, but one came out like at the end of October, but I didn't get it until November, and the other one just came out and I got it like the beginning of this week, I believe. Yeah, so the beginning of the last week of November. So crazy release schedules, but I am so thankful. I really like this. This is BL supernatural horror vibes, and it's very not cute and it's very not wholesome. I'm just gonna tell you right there. But if you like supernatural, if you like darker stories, and then this BL, I don't want to say romance yet, but there's a lusting happening in this from one guy to the other, so you'll just have to pick it up to see how that plays out. I'm very invested in seeing how that plays out. There's also so many mysteries in this one, and I am 100% obsessed. I already figured I would be when Bizarre Individual was talking about it in one of his like challenge videos where he read it. He got, I think there was like a English version he was able to get online. I don't remember where it was from, and I almost bought it all online. And then he told me it was being licensed by Tokyopop, so I was like, awesome, all right. So I picked it up. I am confusion why the numbers aren't on the spines, because that's gonna give me a headache. Other than that, couldn't be happier. The art is really, really good, and the story, at least to me, is very intense and interesting. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about this. I'm loving it. All right, and last for the first volumes is actually not manga, so we're gonna move into a category of light novel, a category very rarely seen on this channel, I gotta be honest with you. But after I bought the 86 manga version that I found for half off in, I think, last month's haul, I don't know, but people were like, oh my god, read the light novel, read the light novel. Obviously I watched the anime and I loved it. I think you should go watch it. It's really good anime. But I am curious about where the story goes, and I figured I might as well start picking up the light novel. And also a friend of mine was like, hey, we could read that together, and I was like, okay, I'll buy. I'll buy. So I picked up the first and the second 86 light novel. I am really looking forward to reading this. I just hope I pick it up and start reading. I'm really bad with novels lately. Like I used to read a lot more novels. Now I just read a lot of manga. I really am excited for this one. Someone said that the light novel picks up after the anime, I think the third or fourth book, around there. So I'm still not past the anime yet, but I didn't want to get too many all at once. We'll see if I like the light novel as much as I like the anime, and that'll segue us into completed series. So these are series that I got the last volume I needed to complete the series. And first up is the last light novel volume I needed for the only other light novel I am actively interested in reading at the moment anyway, and that is volume 4 of World End. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? Long ass title. This is complete at 5 volumes plus a EX volume, which is technically the 6th volume, so the 6 volumes altogether. But yeah, I really love the anime. I can't explain why. I don't ever hear people talking about it, but I like it, and so I wanted to get the light novel to compare. I'd been getting volume here, volume there, and I finally was like, fuck it, I just want to finish this. So yeah, I got this used, and I'm happy. Happy to say it's complete now. And when I got another 2 volumes, I picked up at the manga store when I was there, though new, not used. And I just decided, you know what? I want to see how this ends. I want to see what I think of it. It's only 3 volumes. I read the first volume back in, I want to say end of August or September or somewhere around there. So it's still fresh in my mind. I should just get it and read it. So I picked up The Tree of Death, Yomotsu Hegui? Oh my god, you know I'm not gonna be able to say it. But anyway, Tree of Death, volume 2 and volume 3. So now this is complete, and I did actually finish reading it. And I actually really liked it. It's so sad. It's like very dark, very sad. And yes, a little rushed at the end. The like kind of climactic final fight battle scenes are a bit rushed. However, I wasn't intrigued about this series because of the fights. It was more about the tree of death and the fruit that gives you immortality and all the interesting elements to the story. So to me, it didn't ruin it for me that it was a little rushed in that regard, because I thought the story was well told. Like, is it gonna be a favorite of mine? No, but I think it stuck the landing. Didn't nail it, but stuck it. I like the twist that volume 3 gives us, and I like how they wrap everything up. It was pretty satisfying in my opinion. And yeah, so overall, I like this one. One that just came again today when I was able to like open my packages, and I just opened it and I'm really excited to read it. I just haven't read it yet, and that is volume 2 of The Boy I Loved Became the Jaded Emperor. I really liked volume 1. It's very simple, very cliche of like nothing, you know, groundbreaking or anything story-wise, but I had a nice time with it. And so I was excited that it's just a short 2-volume series. And yeah, hopefully I just feel like it wraps it up in a nice little bow and it's cute and wholesome, because that's what I'm looking for. That's all. I don't have any big expectations for this little cute series. And lastly, I'm not sure if this is the final volume, because I honestly thought it was already finished and I heard nothing about this. I just happened to see it in my manga store when I was perusing the new books. And it's volume 4 of I'm the Villainess, So I'm Taming the Final Boss, Happily Ever After. Again, I thought the manga version was done at 3 volumes. Could have sworn. And I know the light novel has a lot more volumes, so I'm sure that it goes way more into the story, and I probably should pick it up at some point and try to read it because it'd probably be better. I wouldn't say I love this villainous story, but I couldn't have the 3 volumes and not have the happily ever after. Like, that's silly. It's very thin, but it was quite cute. It's just about the Demon King guy asking her parents for her hand in marriage, and going through like these trials that they set up for him. Yeah, that was it. That was all. It was all there was to it, but it was cute. I don't know. I still had a good time with it, even though it's been like over a year since I read 1 through 3 of the manga. But yeah, you know, it's not hard to please me when it comes to villainous titles. We'll just say that. All right, and our final category, the largest category, the ongoing series categories. So these are all series that I'm currently collecting, whether they're finished or not. I'm still working on them. Obviously, first up, we'll get the last and only continuing webtoon out of the way, and that is my favorite, The Dangerous Convenience Store, Volume 4. This one ends at a kind of sad note. Yes, I did read it. Proud of myself. I shouldn't brag about the ones I read because it just makes the ones I haven't read stick out all the more. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, but did end on kind of like a sad note. I mean, it's a romance, so hopefully everything works out. But I am really looking forward to volume 5 now. I think it drops in like March or April of next year, so I got a little time to wait now. But I just love Ajichi. I love him. Oh my god, he's so handsome. And yeah, I just want them to be happy. Duh. But yeah, it's another BL, so cute, steamy, very steamy BL. Since we're on the topic of BL, I also got my pre-order of Gravitation, the collector's edition volume 3 that just came out. And yeah, so I haven't read Gravitation. I know it's like a classic BL. I know it's going to be probably having some tropes that are a bit not my cup of tea, a bit of the older style of things, but I wanted to collect it all and then read it at my leisure. Yeah, eventually though, I'm looking forward to reading it. I skimmed through the first volume, and even though I think there's a little bit that is a little much, I think I might enjoy this one. Let me know if you've read it, what your thoughts on Gravitation are. Then some Yuri I got. One I haven't read yet. It just came the other day and I haven't gotten to it. I read Sanctify instead. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry. Choices were made. But that is I Don't Know Which Is Love. I read the first volume of this back in June for a like reading sprint kind of thing I did, where I just read like a ton of Yuri, and I really liked volume 1. I didn't expect to like volume 1 because it's very harem, but I think because they're all girls, like I don't mind as much for some reason. I know, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But I still have my favorites. Not gonna lie. But yeah, volume 2 is on sale again on Amazon when I made an order for some stuff and threw this one in as well. And yeah, so I'm excited to read on in this series. One I did get to reading was the pre-order I made, Sheep Princess in Wolf's Clothing volume 4. I'm pretty sure the next volume is the final volume, but don't quote me on that until I get that volume in. But yeah, I just really love the fluffy art of this series. It was an instant cover buy because of the covers and the art it showed. And I can't say like, oh my god, this is like one of my favorite Yuris or anything, but it's goddamn hands down one of my favorite Yuri art styles, that's for sure. And it is cute and it's wholesome and just a good time. Next up, one I was really excited to get, though I have read on with it online after reading the first volume, but I reread it because it'd been a while, and that's volume 2 of If the Villainess and Villain Met and Fell in Love. There's like a little bit extra, but I ain't reading that. Anyway, it's really cute. It's very like me coded, so I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, I had a nice time with it. And when I was so happy finally to get my hands on, because the pre-order of it got pushed so much. Like I think it was supposed to come out originally in May or June. Kept getting pushed, but here it is, finally. Volume 2 of Nightfall Travelers, Leave Only Footprints. I just really like this one. I wish that the volumes would come out quicker. I fall into it and I really enjoy myself, and I just want more. I want to see where it goes. I'm an impatient person. But you know, so it's like I don't need it to come out right away with the next volume because I can read it at my leisure, but I want more of it. I can't explain why. I just really enjoy these two girls exploring their town and the weird urban legends. And yeah, it's not much, but I like it. And the art is so different and really stands out and really like adds an atmosphere and a quality to this town and this world and this manga. And yeah, I am a huge fan of it. I talked about the first volume actually last December when I talked about first volumes and did like the first volumes challenge, but just with myself. And it was one of my favorites that I read last year. So yeah, I'm just so happy it finally came out. Another one I'm so happy I finally picked up, Togi Oni Volume 4. Togi Oni Volume 5 is coming out, I don't know, December something. But pretty soon. I'm very, very pumped for Volume 5. Needless to say, this is another favorite of mine that I started reading this year. And another favorite villainous type story I got in, again, just today. Seventh Time Loop. The villainess enjoys a carefree life, married to her worst enemy, Volume 6. So yeah, this is one of my favorite villainous stories. I like it. I like it. It's good. Another one that the second volume finally came out of that I'm so invested in. Reliving My Life with a Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me. This volume is just as good as the first volume, and I totally get the guy's perspective on things, and I feel for her, and I feel for him, I feel for everybody, and it's just good. It's good, and I hope the volume 3 comes out soon. Volume 2 came out pretty soon from the first volume, so I didn't have long to wait, but now I don't know. I really like this one. Ended up grabbing another volume of Noragami Stray God. I grabbed volume 12 because it was on sale. I think used, but in good condition. I really just want to get them in good condition because I really love these covers. But yeah, I'm slowly trying to finish this up since the last volume's coming out this month in December, but I have quite a lot of holes left. I also grabbed 2 more volumes of Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena. I don't know why, like, I read volume 1 a while ago and I liked it, but I wasn't obsessed with it. And I had already had volume 2, so I just recently read volume 2 and I am enjoying it. I also got volume 3 and 4, and I've read volume 3, but I haven't read volume 4 yet. But yeah, it's just very episodic of Elena wandering around and meeting people, and sometimes has nice encounters, but usually not so nice encounters, or like kind of sad, tragic. It doesn't, I guess, reach me that well. Like the sad moments don't impact me as much as I would like, I guess. But I still enjoy it, if that makes sense. I enjoy Elena and stuff. So yeah, it's not my favorite, but I am strangely into it at the same time. Another one that is also not my favorite, but it's become almost like addicting because it's just very easy and comforting of a read, if that makes sense. I ended up picking up a whole bunch of The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent or Omnipotent. Again, still not sure how to pronounce that. But volume 1 was in my manga store on sale the last time I went. And so I picked up volume 1. It was in last October's haul. And since then, online I found a bunch of it that was on sale, so I went crazy. I got volume 2, I got volume 3, I got volume 4, I got volume 5, I got volume 6, and I got volume 7. I'm almost caught up to the manga now at this point. And that was just in 1 month. I don't know why. Again, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite like isekai, shoujo isekai type. She's transplanted into this world and is this saint of this world that's supposed to help the world from this like miasma, dark miasma monsters and stuff that are, plaguing this fantasy world. But it's just very easy to digest and read, and it's been comforting this past month, and I've needed comforting manga, so it was nice. It was a nice time. Another series that I think just finished, I think the last volume just came out or is coming out, I'm pretty sure it's out, but and one that I fell behind on, so I'm now trying to get caught up on is Bakemonogatari. So Bakemonogatari, I watched the very first season of the anime when it came out and I liked it. And the light novel came out, and again, I'm not much of a light novel girl. So when the manga came out and they had really nice covers, I was definitely intrigued and I got a bunch and I was staying on top of it, but then yeah, things happened, life happened, right stuff left me. Speaking of that, I did make my very first ever Crunchyroll order on Black Friday, so that'll be coming. But yeah, I grabbed volume 11, volume 12, volume 14, and volume 15. So yeah, there's one little hole which I did grab in my Black Friday order. So volume 13 is on its way to me, or should be hopefully for the month of December. but I only read like 2 volumes of the manga. I don't know. I feel like I'll like it. And I really like a lot of these covers, except for like the last ones, which is very interesting. But yeah, so I just wanted to get, you know, a few more volumes of that since it's now or soon to be complete. And lastly, I picked up volume 7 of Witch Hat Atelier. I ordered this to come in October for spooky season because I felt like reading it. And then it got pushed to November. So I haven't actually read it yet. We're ending on kind of a low note here, but what can I say? I really do like this series. I got caught up on reading all the ones I had to volume 6, and I was really enjoying it. So I'm very excited to read volume 7. I just haven't yet. And I know I'm way behind on this one as well, but yeah. Also, speaking of beautiful covers, the art in this is very nice. So yeah, that's my haul. Oh my god, I know it was so long. I had a lot of volumes and I had a lot to say about a lot of them. So yeah. And yeah, if you watched all the way through, thank you. Here is a gold star from me to you. And my first installment of the first volume's review video will be dropping either Friday or Saturday this week, depending on how fast I read them, how fast I sit down and make a video on them, and how fast I can edit that said video. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy, and I really do hope you join the challenge with me in reading them either on here, on Instagram, wherever. And I hope you have a lovely month of December and last month of the year. It's always so weird when we get to this point and it's like, how did a whole year go by? But yeah, thank you to everyone who's subscribed so far this year. And I would love to make it to 1,500 before the end of the year. So if you want to make my Christmas wish come true, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay, I'll go now. Until next time, bye!